Hi guys, welcome to new video. So today we are starting the last part of this series of 1v1s against the very hard AIs. And of course we'll be playing as Fallen, and first game will be against the Empire. So let's start the game. I will show you the baseline strategy that I usually use as Fallen. As you can see, I kind of messed up there. I was a little bit slow, but doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you have to send your summoner here and start building the deformer, and also start making first harvester. And of course send all the three baseline harvesters to gold fields. After you make the first harvester, you will start another one, and once he's started, you can actually uh, remove the control form from your summoner, and you can build the first hive. After that, you will just control form him again, and we will do the same process. So after we finish this harvester, we will make another one. So we are actually just making sure that you always have the population, but since the control form only takes 18 seconds, you can actually remove it and control form it again, because the harvester takes 32 seconds, so we have enough time to use this strategy, so you don't have to waste the time right now to make any summoners, because of course we want as many harvesters as soon as it's possible. Uh, we'll be going for the hive spitter spam, so of course we'll make another hive and the incubator very soon. And I will make just one more harvester here. As you can see, I have 5 of them on the gold fields. Then I send a new one to gems mine, and the last one will go to the trees. After we made the one for the gems mine, we can again remove the control form, create the incubator, and then the second hive. Start with the incubator because it takes 15 more seconds to build than the hive, so we want to build it first. As you can see right now, we won't have the population soon enough, and also we are running out of it even if I had it, so I mean if I had the control form. So I will just make one summon right now, and after that we should already have the population, as you can see, so I will just create another harvester. And of course the new summoner will be instantly transformed to the control form, because we won't need any more buildings right now. And now I will just follow the pattern of one harvester, then one summoner, and so on. Of course you want to fill the gold fields first, and after that we'll send one more to gems mine and one more to trees. I think right now it's pretty okay to have just 2 harvesters on trees, but later in the game you can increase that to 3. As you can see, he's already attacking me with the swordsmans, but I mean I don't really care, because the buildings are pretty tanky, and also I have the unholy regeneration on all my buildings and units, so even if he damages it, it will be repaired automatically after some time. If he comes with more units, I will just send my villagers there to defend myself. So yeah, we just have 6 here, so I will send a new one to Gems Mine, and as I said, we'll follow with another summoner. Already he's here with 2 swordsmen. If it gets to like 40%, I will just scare him away with my villagers. I can actually create a group for it. As you can see, also has one elf ranger. But I mean, we will have the high spheres, so right now I will send the villagers here and he will just run away and I will shoot him in the back. Also, we should have enough resources and population for new 2 hive splitters. And right now we should be pretty okay, because I mean they are pretty strong, and I also have a lot of pretty strong villagers, so we should be okay. And also I will make the last harvester for the trees. So I'll just use my villagers once again to scare him away. As you can see, already lost 1 unit, and I just lost like 40 HP maybe, and of course I have the unholy regeneration, so I don't even care that he damaged me here. While he has no healing before he makes the stone keep and then temple and start making some priests. So right now he shouldn't be really able to do anything. Of course, he will probably expand really early, and I won't be able to keep up with that, but that's not really the deciding point here. I mean, the main thing is probably to make some high splitters so we actually can survive the beginning. You can also make one tower if you want, but I usually don't do that. And then we will want to transfer to some Avengers pretty soon, so we have actually some even stronger units, because high splitters can be easily countered by catapults, but once you have a lot of Avengers in your army, it shouldn't be a problem anymore. I will probably just take this spot because it's pretty close and I can easily defend it here. And we will just create the expansion. Uh, I mean, he's just making more of those baseline units, so right now we are pretty okay. And seems like he might be making some Valkyries, because he's making 11th century, or he just want to create a Phoenix, we will see. I already have the resources, so I can create the Dark Fortress here. That's the name of the town hall for Fallens. And of course we can also make two more high spitters. We have 6 right now, as you can see the one who was damaged is already full HP, while the enemy has damaged swordsmen here. And as I said, we have 6 of them, with those two we have 8, and I mean that's much stronger than his army. The pikemen might be a little problematic because they have pike damage and you are taking 150% from pike damage. But yeah, it shouldn't really win him the fight here, I think. So I will probably just fight him here without the villagers. If he damages something too much, I will just go back and then regenerate it. As you can see, he lost 2 of his soldiers, and I will just regenerate here. We are both expanding. I started a little bit earlier, but of course he's very hard AI, so he will probably keep up with that and will expand at approximately same time. But I can already start making some harvesters for my expansion from my main town, and also we can create 2 more hive splitters. I'll probably keep that as my baseline army. It will be 12 high splitters, and then I will start making the soul trap and other buildings that will help me get to the Avengers. And of course we have to save some resources so we can actually fill up our expansion with the harvesters. And also we ran out of population, so I'll need some more summoners. We can make them here in the baseline town, because it's actually far from the expansion for the harvesters, so it's more advantageous to make the summoners here and the harvesters down there. So yeah, I will just make the soul trap right now, and after that I will make the vengeance hall and chamber of the avenger. So this should be pretty good. As you can see, it's actually making the Valkyries, as I mentioned. I mean, it's much better for me that he's making Valkyries than if he was making catapults, because I can easily kill the Valkyries with my high spitters, and the catapults would be a little bit problematic. He already also has the priest, so he will just heal his units. But I mean, as I said, I have the unholy regeneration, so we are already fully healed on all units. And we still don't have this soul trap, so I will just... actually, I will maybe wait, because we don't need more population right now. And if we need more space, I can maybe make one more deformer here. Because if you didn't know, the fallen buildings can only be built at this place, or like specific ground for the fallen, and it's automatically generated around your buildings. But as you can see, it's like a really small space. You can't actually fit the building here, so you need to build deformers that will create this large space for your buildings. Of course, around the town hall, or I mean Dark Fortress, you have more space, so here I could actually fit something, but of course I want to have everything in one place. He's probably attacking me right now, so I will just start making a little bit more soldiers, and we should just be able to fight him back here. I mean, unless he makes the catapults, it should be pretty okay. Even though he has the priests, he has the blessing. I mean, he has no chance, I think. He actually killed a few of my soldiers here, but as I said, we can recover pretty easily. And of course, you can also use the villagers. As you can see, he just gets scared and run away, which is always good because if you have range units, you can shoot him in the back. So you should always utilize your villagers for defense purposes. Of course, we have the expansion, so I'll probably just start creating a little bit more buildings here, so we can start making lots of units really fast. I think like 3 hives and 2 vengeance halls are pretty good baseline if you have one expansion and your main town. And of course we'll need a Chamber of Avenger after this is finished. After that I will just control form this unit. Uh, oh, I actually misclicked that. We can make one more summoner here, and maybe actually a nightmare, because we have some resources, and I will much rather have some more units right now than some resources that I won't use anytime soon, because we are waiting for all the buildings to finish. You can also upgrade your hive splitters here. I should probably do that a little bit sooner. I actually say that with each faction. I always forget to upgrade my units, but I mean, it should be okay. Maybe we can create one more nightmare, new high spitters, and of course we want to upgrade the mental equilibrium in the Chamber of Avengers, because that will actually make our Avengers pretty tanky, and then we can actually make our army pretty durable. Of course, the Avengers have pretty long range, so they won't be usually in the front of your army, but it's still pretty handy to have some more tanky units in your army. Right now I won't make more nightmares because I mean the Chamber of Avenger will be finished pretty soon, and I will need 250 gold for each Avenger, so it's better to save some resources right now. I might even cancel these hive spitters so we can actually create the Avenger. As you can see, I don't have many gems. I should probably start mining gems early in my expansion, but I mean it's too late right now to worry about that. So we will just make some groups here and prepare for the battle as we are. Maybe I will go down because it's really stupid to fight over here. I mean, he still doesn't have any catapults, but I will much rather fight him here. I mean, the one advantage that we would have up here is the unholy regeneration, because that actually works only on that place that I talked about. So you can build buildings there, and you have the unholy regeneration activated there. But I mean, it's so slow that it's not super useful during the fight. The main purpose is to heal your units between 2 fights or multiple fights. We ran out of population again, so I will just make more summoners, and maybe I will actually remove this form, and we can make another expansion probably down here. He still doesn't have catapults, that's pretty weird, but he has a mage, so after he upgrades the decree upgrade, then he will be also pretty able to destroy my hive spitters. Of course, we need the population, as I said. And also we can start making some harvesters for the gems mine in my expansion, because as I said, we'll be needing a lot of gems for the Avengers. And also we can make some harvesters for the gold fields as well, to speed everything up. Also, As you can see, I still have only 2 harvesters on my wood, and we have like 500, so it's really probably not necessary to make the third one. And of course, we can also upgrade the ice splitters here, as I said. And I already upgraded the equilibrium upgrade in the Chamber of Avengers.
What do you want?
So I will just recreate my groups here, and still no catapults. But here's the Circle of Ancients, so we'll be probably making knights. If you saw my video where I fought as the Empire against Fallen, you probably saw that I was making a lot of knights to get ready catapults as well. So if he starts making some knights, that might be a problem. But I mean, the AI usually don't spam too much of the same unit, unless it's like some baseline unit like the Elf Ranger. So he'll probably make a maximum of like 1 or 2 knights. As you can see, he has already one here. But he doesn't even have the population to make like 20 of them. So we should be pretty okay. I will just make more summoners right now because, as I said, we don't have the population. And we can also make maybe more hive splitters. Because, as I said, we need lots of Avengers as well, but since he's making some Valkyries, I will need range units that can actually shoot the flying units as well, because Avengers can only shoot on the ground units. He's also making the second expansion, but I will actually be faster. That's something really rare, because I'm always slower with the expansions than the AI, but in this game something changed, I think. And he will be probably attacking me here, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, there is like no micromanagement if you play as Fallen. I mean, if you use this army, so I will just click attack move and wait for him to die. As you can see, he's retreating, and I can easily shoot him in the back with the Avengers because they have like super long range, and he killed like 2 hive splitters, so it was pretty okay. I mean, I will need the third group for my units right now, so I will rebind my production buildings to control number 4, because I use that for my Dark Fortress, but I won't need that anymore probably. And we will just fill up our second expansion with more harvesters. Also, we can maybe create some more buildings. I don't know if I will even use them, but right now we probably don't need the resources like at the moment, so it's pretty okay to just spend them on some more buildings. You can unlock more upgrades here maybe, so that might be useful later on. As you can see here, you can upgrade the damage of Avengers and the armor of Avengers. I believe the equilibrium upgrade in Chamber of the Avenger was for the HP, but the damage and armor is here. So I think it should be filled up. I mean the expansion with the harvesters. I didn't really count that, but we'll see. And this main city is running out of the gold field, so I will probably need to create another expansion, probably right here. Or actually we can maybe make 2 of them at once, because we have a lot of resources right now. Also we can make the Avengers, as I said. Actually, one interesting thing, you have 2 hotkeys for the Avenger in the baseline hotkey settings, and that's actually the A and V. As you can see, there is no A written, but it actually works because Avenger is A and you don't need A for any other unit in this building, so that's like one interesting point here. And he's attacking once more, so I will just destroy him. As you can see, the nightmares are also pretty useful because I have the frost shields here and it increases your armor by like 3, so that actually can help you quite a lot with your survivability. And right now I will just make more units nothing too complicated. Yeah, so I mean this strategy is pretty straightforward, but I think it's the strongest strategy you can make as Fallen. So I mean there is like literally no reason to not do this unless you want to try something else. Of course, as I said, there are multiple counters, as you could saw in the game uh, as the other races. I played both the Beast versus Fallen and Empire versus Fallen game. I defeated them, and I think they chose this strategy. So, I mean, it's not unbeatable, but you have to choose the right units, and computer won't usually do that. So, you should be pretty okay. That's also the one reason why I thought in the past that the Fallen is probably the strongest race, because you just make this super simple strategy with no micromanagement and you can easily win. But I mean, as I mentioned in the videos with the other races, I think, for example, the opening army as Beast, where you make lots of goblin hunters and then some trolls and witches, I think that strategy is probably way stronger if you use it properly. But I mean, that's like something that the AI won't ever use, because they don't even use the Goblin Riders. So this is probably the strongest strategy that the AI uses, but I mean, it's still pretty easily beatable. So I mean, don't worry about that. But if you want to win as Fallen against the AI, this is pretty good starting strategy. I see one small problem here, that we are actually running out of wood right now. So when I started making more buildings and expansions and everything, and we also run out of the population. So I mean, we'll probably just attack him, because there are no more things I could do. I will just put some harvesters here, but they won't be made right now. And yeah, we will probably just attack him. I will
What do you
create
want
my
from
groups
me?
one more.
Onward.
I will use the group number 3 for my
We shall
Avengers and
prevail.
Nightmares. And then I will just make 2 groups of Hive Spitters. And if something doesn't
What do you
fit, then
want
I
from
can add
me?
it to the third group. Also, we have 2
I heed
more
your summons.
Avengers here. Don't forget to add your groups to the super group. And right now it should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, I will just attack him. Probably probably just his expansion here. I won't chase him. He will probably come back. Of course, you want to fight in open space, so you can actually use all your units. But yeah, it should be pretty okay here. I think we can fit there. Since I have just one nightmare, I will bring him a little bit back so he doesn't die, even though he already spent all his mana. So we won't have any more frost shields in this particular fight. He used the decree here, but as you can see, the Avengers are immune to that. So that's also another pretty broken ability, or I mean a mechanic. But as you can see, the Hive Spitters are running actually pretty fast. So I mean that's like another counter that you can use as the Empire. You can use the Decree to kill the Hive Spitters. Yeah, so you have, as I said, you have catapults, then you have knights, and now you also have the Decree. And also you can resurrect your knights. So I would say the Empire is pretty good counter to this strategy, and you can easily win. As you can hear, there is again the bug sound. I will try to maybe fix it with stopping the game right here. Yeah, it actually fixed that. I found this fix a few days ago. You just have to stop the game and it should get fixed. Of course you can't do that in multiplayer, but in single player you can easily fix it like this. As you can see, I've lost actually all of my Hive Spitters, so I will probably have to wait for a while before I move on, because he has some Valkyries and I wouldn't be really able to kill him. But maybe we can actually go and destroy his expansions. That sounds like a pretty good plan. And also we have run out of the gold fields here, so I will just go to the expansions I prepared. And also we can fill it up right here. Or of course I can once again use my other expansions to fill the a new expansion a little bit faster. I don't know where he's going, but I mean, if he goes somewhere here, I will probably just kill him with something. Uh, I can probably create one more hive and one more vengeance hall. So we have even faster production. And actually I won't probably even form him here because we have max population and I can still use him for more buildings. Maybe we can create another reformer here. Yeah, it would be probably also wise to take this expansion, but right now I won't really worry about that. So yeah, I will just destroy this expansion and at that time I should probably have enough hive spitters to kill all the Valkyries here and the Avengers will take care of all other units. The really interesting fact here is that he didn't really make any catapults during the game. He doesn't even have the gnome workshop, so I don't really know what happens to him. I don't really think that's pretty common, but I mean, I don't mind that. It helped us a little bit. But I mean, we would still be able to kill him because we have lots of the Avengers. And right now, yeah, he will just retreat. I mean, there's no chance here. And I will make more hive spitters. I mean, we have full population once again because I have so many Holy Avengers. Also, we ran out of wood once again. Maybe that's one more thing that the Avengers cost actually 50 wood. So, of course, before you start making them, you will have lots of wood because you need only 15 for each hive spitter. But once you have the Vengeance Hall and Chamber of the Avenger and you start actually making some Avengers, you might run to this problem of wood. So that's maybe the point in the game where you should consider making the third harvester for your wood. I don't actually know if I made... Yeah, I have one here and two up here, so I have three of them. And I mean, I'm okay, yeah, you could probably make four, but three should be okay if you make them early enough. So yeah, as you can see, the Avengers are like super tanky, big damage, also they have splash damage, they are immune to the decree and other magical effects. They have super long range, they are strong versus buildings. So I mean, it's like good units against everything. The only counter are of course flying units because you can't shoot with Avengers on flying units. And then you can also counter them with the pike damage because they are taking, as I said, more damage. Or I mean, I maybe didn't say that I was talking about the high spitters that are taking 150% more damage from pike, but Avengers are taking even more, yeah, they are taking 250%. So, I mean, that's another counter of the Empire, outside of the catapults, mages, priests and knights. They have also the pikemen, so that's another counter that will have increased damage against all the units in this army. So yeah, as Empire we have a lot of ways, but there are probably more pike damages in the game. Can't really think of anything right now, but you can just check the damage type on each unit just by hovering your mouse over the damage, and then you will see the small table above your minimap that will tell you what type of damage that actually is. So if you see pike, then it's probably pretty good against this kind of army. So yeah, it was pretty chill game. As I said, there is like this small time in the opening when you are just getting attacked and you don't have any units, but since you have pretty strong villagers, you should be easily able to live through that time just by defending with the villagers or just by letting the enemy hit your hive, and then you will just automatically repair it with the unholy regeneration. And after that, I mean, it was pretty straightforward. So just we can go through the statistics. Of course, we have like 5 or 4 times more kills than he did. He has he had more soldiers, but as I said, we had a lot of the Avengers, and they take a lot of population. So I couldn't even really have more of them. I had like 20, and I was almost full of the population. Of course, we had much more experience. Yeah, I forgot to make a lot of researches here, so the army could be even stronger if I took care of that. We were actually pretty good with the resources because, of course, he's mining faster since he is very hard AI, but we expand it faster, so we are actually pretty good. But as you can see, the wood was like pretty bad actually. But he, of course, he mined like twice as much, but he still spent less than me, so he was not really using his resources properly. And then we have the final score here. So of course everything was better at our side. So that was the first game of this part of the series, playing as Fallen, and of course next time we will take a look at fighting the beast, and I will try to maybe show you some different strategy, but as I mentioned, the Fallen is pretty straightforward. You don't really have a reason to make something different, but I will still try to make it more interesting for you. So yeah, take care guys.